So I'd like to give everybody a bit of a campaign update, as well as go over some goals and aspirations in regards to it. So right now, the campaign is in the sign-up phase on Indiegogo, so please check it out and sign up. The link is below in the description. So in regards to the campaign update itself, as everyone hopefully has seen on Twitter and Facebook and in my previous videos, the cover art for both full novels is complete, as is the prose and editing, so both novels are 100% good to go. In regards to the mini comic, the line art is currently being buttoned up on 2 of the interior pages, and hopefully by the end of the month there'll be 2 to 3 pages that are fully inked and colored for everyone to see. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. From there, I'm hoping to have a awesome trailer made in April in preparation for the go live in early May. And in regards to perks, as mentioned, there's going to be 2 full novels, a mini comic, but there's also going to be stickers, bookmarks, prints, and I'm thinking right now I'm probably going to do some coffee mugs, as well as a soon-to-be released packaging idea. And when I say packaging idea, I'm not talking your typical box or quote-unquote packaging. This is going to be a very unique item, a very 90s retro item that I'll be able to ship many of the other perks in that could be used for display or even a functional item for people's kids or for someone to take to work. So I'll announce that in the upcoming weeks, but I'm very excited for that. I'm currently going through some quotes and seeing how feasible the idea would be, but I don't think I've seen anyone do it, so I'm really excited for it. So yeah, that's the update on that. From there, I guess I could also say that my goal is to run a 60-day campaign to finish at the end of June and to just hit the ground running and start fulfilling in July, since everything is going to be 100% complete before the campaign ends. So this is something I'm going to try to fulfill as quickly as possible so that everyone is excited and can get right into the story and into the art. Now, in regards to some of the goals, there's the initial goal, obviously, of trying to recover the costs of all the art and editing and whatnot. But for me, the most important thing is getting as many backers as possible. I want to get this book and this comic in front of as many people as I can and make people feel something. That's the goal with this book is to provide a story that can make an impact on others and give them something to look forward to, or give them a distraction or something to motivate them during a dark time. So, of course I want to hit some financial targets on it, but I also want to just get this book in front of as many people as possible. So I'm going to work hard to make sure there's some really good perks and make sure that they are affordable as well. From there, an ultimate goal, which I know is a bit of a stretch and probably won't happen unless there's a miracle, but I would like to be able to get to a funding goal of 10,000 so that I could afford to do an audiobook. As many indie authors know, it's typically at least $3,000 to fund an audiobook with a good voice actor. But my goal is, regardless of what perk you backed, what package, or what donation you might have made, if I can hit that mark, every single backer or funder is going to get the audiobook, even if they only did a $10 package or donation. I want to make sure everyone gets an audiobook, so every backer will know that they're not only helping themselves or me, they're helping others as well. I think it would be amazing to give people the opportunity to listen to the story when they are drawing, when they're at work, when they're in their car, because not everyone likes to sit down and read or has the time to. For myself, it's hard to get the time to not only work on my projects, but especially read, with 2 jobs, a kid, a family. So I want to provide that option for my backers and give it to everybody, and also make sure that it's out there for other people as well. So that's my ultimate goal in the campaign, is to somehow get to that mark to where I can give everybody an audiobook. That would be amazing. I don't even want to make money on that portion. I just want to be able to fund an audiobook for everybody. Now, on a broader scale, one of my aspirations in the indie community is to bring together the indie comics sphere and the indie novel sphere. So my follower base on Twitter is a pretty even mix of novel readers and writers and comic readers and creators. And I want to bridge that gap and bring those communities together. I think both can benefit from each other. I think, especially for myself, using comics as a medium for inspiration and ideas is fantastic for novelists. So I want to get more novelists and book readers to back indie creators, to stop, putting money into the big 2, into companies that don't care about them, and instead start funding people that really care about their craft. So I want to bring more people into the crowd funds of independent comic creators. And again, that will help those novelists, again, get ideas, help them learn, so it's mutually beneficial. And on the flip side, I want to bring the comic creators together with the indie novelists, because they can also draw inspiration and ideas and creativity from novels. And I'm a good example of that. I pulled inspiration from novels, from comics, from films, and it spurred an idea, and it turned me into a writer, essentially. And I'd also like to be able to convince some of the comic readers and comic creators that not all novels are boring and overly wordy per se, even though that can be true, definitely. But I want them to give my novels a chance alongside the mini comic, to see that that's not true in all cases, that there can be fast-paced and exciting stories, and that extra detail can really be fun to read. And then they get to have the mini comic right alongside that to be able to visualize all of the characters and some of the major scenes. And then I also wanted to essentially wet their whistle for the storyline, because my plan is to do a full comic series in the upcoming years. Hopefully do the first issue in the next year or so. So if I can get these comic folks to see the potential in the story, in the art, then that'll help me gauge the interest, and then work on, again, a full comics issue and a crowdfunding for that. So, and again, it also can help, indie comic creators earn more business, right? Because there are a lot of writers out there that struggle with cover art. And I know that from experience for myself and others, that they may not hit it right out of the park initially with the cover art, whether it's because they're unsure of design or cost. And I don't think a lot of indie novelists realize that comic creators are great for cover art. They can really get some amazing detail, and they can also use those comic creators to design their characters, because if you can't draw yourself, then you've got to rely on someone else to take what's in your head or what's on paper and turn it into an awesome, cover art. And cover art is crucial. I can tell from the response of my cover art now in comparison to the past that it really brings people to your Twitter, to your YouTube, and hopefully to your Indiegogo or Kickstarter. So back to that point, this could provide comic artists the opportunity to get commissions for cover art, because there are thousands and thousands of indie novelists, and if they can get exposed to these comic creators, then they have an instant opportunity to get some great cover art, and those indie creators have an opportunity to make some good money on their craft and their skill. And who knows, maybe even comic creators will find some writers or people that they can work with to improve their comics or help them. So in the end, I just want to bring the two communities together so that they can both grow and benefit from one another, because as we know, the indie community, all we have is each other. We do not have any big businesses marketing for us. We don't have any support really, other than other little guys, right? Big name influencers in the political spheres and whatnot are very unlikely to share your work unless you're very fortunate. So I want to, again, bridge that gap, help the indie novelist scene, help the indie comic scene, so that everyone can grow and help one another. So I ask that people try to do the same. I'm trying my best to share everyone's work and to connect people, promote others. And if you see people of, with like minds or the same beliefs or interests in my posts, please just follow each other, help one another out, and I'll do my best to do the same. So, one of my, again, ultimate goals is just to help creators on both sides, because again, I love writing novels, I love comics, and I'm very excited to start making comics. And I've had great experience with the people in the indie sphere, and I've had some great experiences with the folks in the comic sphere. So the same, I'm sure, can happen for other people on both sides. So that's one of my ultimate goals there. So thank you everyone for watching. Please give me any feedback that you might have, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My DMs are open, and again, please check out my campaign on Indiegogo and feel free to sign up. All right, thank you everybody, and God bless.